Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of Nostalgia Merchants, and today on the channel we are rebuilding the Arsenal Invincibles on FIFA 11. And yeah, as always, if this is something you want to see as a full series, please let me know in the comments. What we're going to be doing today is rebuilding all the Invincible players that are still in FIFA 11, because quite a few have retired at this point, the likes of Bergkamp, Perez, etc. But these are the remaining Invincibles that are still in FIFA 11, and the plan is, if we make this a full series, to build this squad. Obviously, we've boosted some of the stats to make them as good as they were in their prime. But yeah, to build the Invincibles and try and go a season unbeaten, maybe win the league, maybe do the double, maybe win a Champions League even. Try and do something that the Invincibles never could. I don't know. Please let me know what you want to see, if you want to see it, in the comments. Obviously, I'm an Arsenal fan, so I'm biased. I kind of would like to make this a full series, but I'm going to listen to what everyone else wants to see. If you don't want to see a full series of this, absolutely fine. It's a fun one-off video where we go through the squad, play a game, as you can see on the right-hand side, against Tottenham. So it's a game we can't be losing. But yeah, look, let me go through the squad. I've been waffling enough. You've got Taylor in goal, who did actually make an appearance or two in the league for the Invincibles. I think Lehman may have been injured or something. You've got Galclichy, who was in and around the squad at the time. Definitely wasn't a right back, but Lauren has retired at this point, so we couldn't put him in. We've got the main centre-backs of Sol Campbell and Kolo Touré, an unbelievable partnership that season. And to be fair, for a couple seasons, but specifically in the 03-04 Invincible season. And of course, Ashley Cole, one of the best left-backs of all time, sadly went to Chelsea, but was an Invincible and won a couple leagues with Arsenal. We've got Lundberg, who thankfully hasn't retired at this point. I think he may have retired actually this year in-game in 2011, 2012. But thankfully he is in the game still. We got him up to his, I think I used his hero card on, I don't know, one of the recent FIFAs to get his stats up. Alongside him, we've got Gilberto Silva, the wall, that allowed the next man to do what he needed to do for the team. And that is the captain, Patrick Vieira. What a player. What a captain. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say, to be honest. I really don't know what else to say. Of course, we have the late, great Antonio Reyes, a player that actually, you know, other than the fact he sadly passed away a few years ago, he's actually the first player I ever saw score live. I went to see the Invincibles in 04. I think we played Fulham. Van der Sar was playing around with the ball. Reyes nicked it off him and tapped it into an open net. And we won 1-0, and that was the first ever game I ever saw live. And of course, Reyes scoring, and him obviously sadly passing away, makes it even more of like a player that I hold a little bit close, you know. But yeah, he's in the team. At left mid, Perez has retired at this point, so Reyes comes in as the Perez replacement. I think in real life he joined in January that season and got a few big goals and was a great player for us. Up front, we've got Carnu, who was fantastic as a squad player. I remember a hat-trick he scored against Chelsea. I don't know if that was in the Invincible season. Might have been a couple years before, but what a player. He will be doing that Bergkamp role, which is no easy feat, but he was a great technical player, tall as well, and I think he can do the job, especially with this man next to him, Thierry Henry. I really don't think I need to say much about him. What a player. Legend, one of the best of all time in the Premier League, in my opinion. And yeah, was one of the main reasons we were invincible and so successful in that period. Now, as for the bench, a lot of these players didn't play too much for the Invincibles, but were in and around the squad, whether that be in the reserves or in the youth team. We've got Graham Stack, Justin Hoyt, Senderos, Pascal Segan, who did actually get a few appearances that season. Of course, Edu, who on the pitch for Arsenal was a great squad player, off the pitch as a sporting director, a little bit mixed, did some good things, did some not so good things. Of course, Cesc Fabregas, who was in and around the Invincibles, but mainly kind of started coming into the squad a little bit more in the following seasons, but was still there, so does make the squad. We've got Thomas, Skulason, Simek, David Bentley, who did actually move to Tottenham a few years after being at Arsenal. I think he went to Norwich first and then to Tottenham. But yeah, a little bit of a traitor. But he was there in the squad for the Invincible season. And we've got Owusu Abiye. I believe I've said that properly. I hope I have. He was actually a really promising youngster back in the day. I don't think he ever really hit the heights, but he was one that was looked at as kind of, you know, one of the next up-and-coming exciting wingers. But yeah, he was in the squad and makes this squad. We had Smith and back to Taylor. That is the full squad. We've managed to make a full team with reserves and a bench. And yeah, look, what we're going to do now is jump into a quick game. But as I've already said, if you want to see a full series of this team, of the Invincibles, to try and do it all again with a slightly weakened squad, but nevertheless something we can still try and work with. And yeah, look, if that's something you want to see, please let me know in the comments. But let me stop talking and let's get into the game against Tottenham. And here we go, the Arsenal Invincibles against Tottenham. A North London derby, and one that we just can't be losing. I mean, look, you can't lose a North London derby anyway. But playing as the Invincibles, I mean, losing it is calamitous. And I'm a little bit nervous. A little bit extra pressure on this episode. But nevertheless, we go into this hopefully confident. Of course, the 4-4-2, that doesn't quite look like a 4-4-2, but I promise it is. A 4-4-2 with Kanu as kind of the false nine almost. And Gilberto Silva is the holding defender, allowing Vieira to do what he does. Some interesting players on that Tottenham team, though. Modric, Bale, Defoe, Crouch, Lennon, Gallas, the absolute traitor. But look, I've been waffling enough. Let's get into this game, and let's hope we can get the win against Tottenham. Gilberto Silva into Vieira. Vieira to Ljungberg. Can he find Omri in the box? It's not a bad cross. Omri's there, but it's headed away. And it's fell to Kanu. Kanu making his way into the box. Can we find Omri one more time at the back post? It is headed out for a corner. We've not done too bad. A decent little attack early in the game. And Ljungberg to whip this in from the corner. Can Kanu get his head on it? It don't. But it falls to Gilberto Silva, who smashes it over the bar. Oh, and Tottenham could be away here. Sol Campbell trying to get back against Defoe. It's a good sliding challenge. But Defoe's still through. We've knocked him wide. And thankfully done enough to stop the shot being a dangerous one. Oof, that could have been bad. Gilberto Silva doing brilliantly there in midfield. Finds Ljungberg. Is there an overlap there? Lovely overlap from Clichy. Thierry Henry's in the box if you can find him. It's a good ball in. It's a header that's been tipped onto the post from Gomez. What a save. Really good effort from us, but Gomez does excellently there to tip it onto the post. Can Vieira do something here? Plays it out to Reyes. Reyes, can we find someone again in the box? It seems like crossing is the way forward into Henry. And another fantastic save from Gomez. And we're starting to cause some trouble now, but Gomez is matching it. And we need to try and put one in the back of the net. And that is half time. And we probably should be 1-0 up at least. Two massive saves from Gomez. Tottenham had one half chance, I think. Maybe I'm missing one, but that Defoe one is the one that I'm thinking of. But look at that save there onto the post from Gomez. And there was another one as well. Was it this one? Yeah, this one tipped wide. And I don't know how we're not 1-0 up going into the second half. And here we go into the second half now. And hopefully we can get some more chances and convert one of them at least. Because we could we could live to regret those mistakes, I tell you. The ball out wide for Tottenham now. I don't know why I've slid in. I don't know why I slid in. I don't know why I did that. That was such a silly mistake. And we've given a penalty away. Oh my God, it's so undeserved. I mean, it's a foul all day long, but if they score this, it's so undeserved. I feel like we've been such the better team, and Defoe steps up for Tottenham. I need Taylor to do something fantastic here, and he doesn't. Defoe goes down the middle and gives Tottenham the lead. Oh, the Invincibles. Half an hour away from losing. We need to turn this around ASAP. Oh, it's a great ball through. And Ashley Cole's trying to get back. And that is a fantastic final challenge. Oh my God, that was a last-ditch challenge. And I think they would have scored. But we ain't out the woods yet. Torre's there. I've slid in stupidly again. And Ashley Cole cleans up in the end. And Tottenham are starting to put us in a bit of trouble. Patrick Vieira picking up the ball in midfield. Can he go on a marauding run that we're so used to seeing? Patrick Vieira, what a ball through to Thierry Henry. 1-on-1. It's a good save, and we've got the rebound in. And what a goal from Jose Antonio Reyes, of course. The player that I saw my first ever goal scores the first goal for the Invincibles. Henry should have put it away, but it's a great rebound from Reyes. Hits it first time, and Gomez can't get there. Oh, now we can go on and hopefully, well, I mean, we haven't got a lot of time to win the game, but as long as we don't lose it, we can't lose our first game in the Invincibles. That'd be an absolute crime. But I'll tell you what, let me not speak too soon here. Sol Campbell hasn't got the challenge in, but Ashley Cole does well. And we can get the ball clear. Henry flicks it on to Kanu. Can Kanu do something here? Henry's making the run if he can find him. Henry could be through on goal here. Thierry Henry through on goal. Surely he puts it away. And Thierry Henry in the 90th minute against Tottenham with his, with his absolute expert finish. The Henry-esque finish that we all know. The trademark, that's the word I was actually looking for. The trademark Henry finish. Opens up his body and places it into the far corner in the 90th minute. And we only equalised 3 minutes ago. What a turnaround. And that is why they are the Invincibles, living up to the name. Ah, mate, I'm so happy with that goal. And that is full time as well. What an insane end to the game. We conceded in the 57th minute. We equalised 30 minutes later, and then 3 minutes after that, Thierry Henry gets the finish. And of course, the trademark Henry finish. It wouldn't be an Arsenal game without that. It wouldn't be an Invincible game without that. Wow. What a mental end to the game. I'm so relieved because that could have been catastrophic. Imagine losing. Imagine if I lost that game. Oh, man. But look, we got the win. I wonder who man of the match was. I actually don't know who it could be. Wow. Kolo Toure with the man of the match. Henry on a 9.3. I don't think anyone else quite lived up to anything near that. Vieira with an 8.3. A decent game from him. Some decent ratings all round, but the main man, Kolo Toure, with... I mean, I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised he got man of the match. How many tackles did he win? 3 out of 7. Okay, wow, joint most passes completed. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. I see it. It makes sense. But look, if you do want to see a full series with this team, that was actually really exciting, and I'm sure we'd get a lot of games like that. But yeah, look, if you do want to see a full series or something with this team, please let me know in the comments. I've really enjoyed it, especially how we ended the game. But yeah, look, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I really do hope to see you again in the next one.